presented by Lilly.
The Rockets, the Timberwolves, they are locked into a battle for playoff positioning. Teams 3 through 6 in the West, they're all just separated by 2.5 games. And look at Houston. They sit in 6th. That's a half game behind Minnesota. They can lock up the head-to-head tiebreaker against the Timberwolves with a win tonight. So both of these teams, they are looking to make a run in the playoffs, but they've both been inconsistent. They've been up and down a little bit this year. I want to focus in on the Timberwolves here, Coach. If they want to get to their 3rd consecutive Western Conference Finals, who is it that you're looking at?
It's got to be Julius Randle. Okay. I mean, 5-5 in their last 10 games, 3-1 without Anthony Edwards. But you can see big difference between pre-All-Star break and post-All-Star break. The points, the field goal percentage, but really look at the paint points per game. 10, almost 11 down to 7.5, and his turnovers are all the way up to over 3 right now. So he has to be better. He's got to play with an attack mindset. And these examples, this first one is going to be a turnover. 4th quarter, time and score, 4 minutes to go. You've got to value the basketball, be aggressive, read the situation. He's trying to make a play, which is great. He's got to tighten that handle up. And this next clip is most important. He had 39 points in this game, but a loss without Anthony Edwards in their first meeting. He has to play downhill, attack the paint, put pressure on Şengün, their bigs, get out the way, and as Perk would say, snatch the screws out. He's got to have that kind of a mindset, because when he stays on the perimeter, Blika, he just doesn't have the same impact.
Right, so you're looking for him to really be the anchor of this team, especially in this run without Anthony Edwards here. But it could all come down to this game, Brian. Just how important is it tonight?
Yeah, essentially, 4, 5, and 6 is tied in the loss column,
right.
Okay? We know that Anthony Edwards is out tonight, but this is the home game for Minnesota. Getting this win could be the difference between them getting a chance to have home court or not in the first round of the playoffs. Here's the thing. We know that Minnesota actually has the toughest schedule of these 3 teams coming in.
Right.
The Rockets have the easiest schedule of these 3 teams coming in. So the opportunity tonight for the Wolves to score a big victory in this fight for positioning is right there on their platter. And look, they just came off an excellent win over
maybe
the
their
Celtics.
Best of the season. When
they knew they weren't going to have Edwards, they rose up and played well in that game. Can they continue that momentum?
They had not beaten them in 18 years.
Is that right?
18 years.
I missed that stat.
Yes, I think, Perk, you might have been there when they were, that's your neck of the woods.
I don't remember that part, Coach, but look, I do know this. I remember this about the Minnesota Timberwolves last year and the year before last. They had an identity. Their identity was they were a bunch of dogs defensively. Even last year, once Julius Randle bought in and all of a sudden they got to clicking, yes, we knew that he had some moments offensively, especially against the Lakers, but we remember them from picking up 94 feet. We remember Jaden McDaniels being one of the best perimeter defenders in the game. We know that Rudy could impact the game. What you say, the coaches love him, Perk. We may have our stuff against Rudy, but the coaching staff, what he brings to the table, to me, it's all about having the attention of the locker room. And, Coach, I got to ask you this. When you see a guy like Julius Randle struggling, outside looking in, I'm saying 50% blame is on Julius, but I'm asking you, how much is that on Coach Finch?
Well, I know from my own experience, Perk, if a player was struggling, I always would take the responsibility. It's my job as a head coach to put you in position to have success.
Yeah.
And so I think Julius has to own up to the fact that he has to be better.
Right.
But I think a head coach always has to take responsibility when your team doesn't play well. You see coaches all the time assigning blame. I went the other way a lot of times. Put it on me. I got some broad-ass shoulders. Put it on me. And then one thing I will say, getting back to Minnesota, Ayo Dosunmu has been fantastic. You know, they go 3-1 without Anthony Edwards. They have the #1 defense in that stretch, talking about getting back to who they are. But Ayo has been terrific for them. What a great pickup by Tim Connolly at the trade deadline. And he's starting now with Anthony Edwards out. And you have to give him a lot of credit.
But maybe
he
not
is
tonight.
questionable tonight with the calf soreness. And look, with no Ant, if Ayo can't go, you're talking about Bones Highland really needing to step up. So we'll see. It's a big game. I wouldn't be surprised if Ayo tries to make it happen.
Bones Highland, a player that you know well, that you coached over the years, who has also had to step up in huge ways for this Minnesota Timberwolves team. While we're assigning blame, though, we did check. 2005, when the Timberwolves beat Boston in Boston, you were not playing, so it's not your fault.
It wasn't on you.
Not your fault, big fella.
Well, I got a DMP.
It's time now for head-to-head. It's brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Perk, I'm going back to you, my friend. Who scores more tonight, Alperen Şengün or Julius Randle?
Oh, I'm going to roll with Julius Randle on this. So I believe he has to. And let's be real. I don't think they have anybody on the roster that could actually match him his versatility.
Let's go in the weeds with the battle of the Reeds here. Who's going to score more, Reed Shepherd or Naz Reid, Coach?
You know, I'm going with Reed Shepherd. He's been really good. They put him in the starting lineup, 16 points per game in the last 5. He's given them a different dimension, spreading the floor. I think he's going to have a big night tonight.
Speaking of spreading the floor, who's raining in more threes? KD, Dante DiVincenzo, Brian?
Wow, I don't know. DiVincenzo might have to take over some ball handling tonight, so maybe the ball be in his hand a little bit more. So I'm going to go with Dante. I hate to go against KD, but I think the circumstances say Dante DiVincenzo.
Bet against KD at your own risk. DraftKings. This game, it features 3 of the top 4 betting favorites for most improved players. So let's get out and run. It's brought to you by Samsung Galaxy. We're starting with Jalen Durant because not only is he a first-time All-Star, but he's the favorite to win most improved perk. So what's been the most eye-opening part of his game to you?
Well, number 1, he's a grown-ass man, Coach. Number 2, he's the top 5 center in the league, shooting 64% from the field. And when you talk about being a star in your role, guy has mastered the pick and roll. He's a beast on the offensive glass, and he's a walking 20 and 10 guy tonight.
How about Atlanta's All-Star, Jalen Johnson? He's back. He's averaging career highs across the board, and he has the second most triple-doubles in the NBA. Coach, does he have a chance at all NBA, not just most improved?
Oh, he should. I mean, he's healthy this year, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists per game, second in the league in triple-doubles, third in double-doubles. When he's healthy and available, he's impacting winning. They've already got 40 wins this year, on pace for the best record since 2021 when they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
And that offensive evolution is really coming along for him as well. Nickeil Alexander-Walker was a long shot to win the award when we looked back to the preseason. He's skyrocketed all the way up to second, Wendy. What's impressed you the most?
Well, the front office in Atlanta has been on a heater for the last year, and signing this guy in the offseason is one of those moves. He's been terrific as an offseason pickup. Last 5 games, he's been hot, averaging 25, shooting like almost 60% on 3 in that stretch. He's a difference-making player.
And so let's focus in on Atlanta a little bit because they've won 14 of their last 16 games. What sort of magic are we witnessing in the city of Atlanta?
Well, I didn't witness a lot of magic.
I saw what you did there.
I didn't witness a lot of magic in ATL.
Oh,
I saw what you did.
Lemon pepper wings.
But look, now I will say this: the magic that we're witnessing is we talk about the Hornets being dangerous and one of those top 3 teams in the East. Stay away from the Hawks, especially led by this young star on the rise in Jalen Johnson. It's one thing to go out there and get yours, 22 points a night. Yes, he's cleaning the glass, but Coach, you just highlighted the 8 assists. When you're able to get yours and make guys around you better at this age, the sky's the limit. And not only should he be an all-NBA player this year, I'm looking at him stepping into a whole nother category come postseason and next year of elevating and showing us and putting the world on notice that, hey, I could outplay one of these guys in one of these 7-game series, these top dogs.
And let's not forget, no disrespect to Atlanta, but their schedule very favorable with who they played. And they were home for a lot of them. But you have to beat the teams in front of you, and they've done that. We talked about Jalen Johnson, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He stepped into a situation where he is thriving, had a career-high 41 points, Wendy, the other night in a win over Orlando. And they're getting contributions from a lot of guys. C.J. McCollum just put into the starting lineup. They moved Reece Shea to the bench. Quinn Snyder and company doing a hell of a job as they approach these last 10 games of the regular season.
Look at this perimeter rotation that they have. Jalen Johnson, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Dyson Daniels, Jonathan Kuminga, C.J. McCollum, Zachary Ricochet. Like, they've really built out the team here. This is a team, okay, I don't know how far they're going this year, but they are on their pathway to have their best record in about 8 seasons. I think they're going to get in the mid-40s in wins. And look at this team with a high draft pick. They give either the Pelicans or the Bucks picks. Look at this team over the next 2 to 3 seasons to be a mover in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, this is going to be a real test for them this game. And for a team that, frankly, wasn't trying to win this year, to be where they are right now, to have this as a building block.
I actually think they were trying to win because they didn't have their draft picks. So I don't think they expected maybe to win, and they traded Trae Young, and frankly, with all due respect to Trae, they've been better at both ends of the court since.
Hey, Wendy, we all thought, I know I did, going into the season, after all the things that they brought to the table, they were going to have a great season. They hit the return switch. Now they're the team that we all hoped they would be.
And now we get to watch it. Let's send it out.